conservative coverage, but the outside and inside Mike linebacker either reacted to that play extremely aggressively, or there was an actual blitz, which wouldn't have coordinated very well with the coverage.
The Dukes got Luke Miller, their middle linebacker, back this week after missing last week's game because of an illness. On second down, there's the play fake. Mejia tucks it around, it goes left corner and only gets about a yard or two. Gianni Rizzo was able to come over and make the stop, so it's going to be 3rd and long.
It's one of those zone reads where you're actually reading the end. If he squeezes, then you pull. If he doesn't, you hand the ball off. So he did squeeze, so he kept it, but they were well contained from the outside secondary players.
Out of the shotgun with double receivers to the right. 4-man front for Duquesne. Motion by Thompson. Mejia looks that way, now comes back to the near side, scrambles, pump fakes, ball's deflected out of his hands, and it's intercepted. Coming back the other way is Ty Howard, and he's going to take it all the way for a Dukes touchdown. Duquesne draws first blood, 6-0 with 5:44 in the first quarter. And oh my goodness, talk about a costly turnover.
You know what? They've gotten away with a couple scrambles and throwing the ball. The pressure of the defensive front, that's all it is. The front four, Duquesne, forcing the quarterbacks to scramble. Now he's trying to roll to his left, throw back across his field to the right. It's never advisable to throw late across the middle. Never mind going to the left, throw it to the right, which is almost physically impossible. And he got burned because of it. He got hit as he thrown. The ball came right out of his hand.
For junior linebacker Ty Howard, that is the first interception of his career.
That's hard to label as an interception. It was kind of like, here, gimme. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll say this, had he dropped it, they would have given him a whole lot of grief in the film room.
Absolutely, because that was like he was handed the ball.
Brian Brudzewicz to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Jordan Heisley. Snap, the spot, and the kick is good. So Duquesne's defense puts up the first points of the day. They've got a 7-0 lead, courtesy of Ty Howard.
There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can you see into your imagination?
Doug.
Whoa, we moved. We're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
And then I wake up.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, Kyle?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
I was so excited when I heard this sandwich was back. I was like, Cloud 9. 2 words, Cloud 9. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich
is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken, and it's got pickled jalapenos, and it's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet. But either way,
you're getting a winner.
Real customers paid for their testimonials.
So Adrian Mejia loses the football here and throws his second interception of the season. This is the 15th turnover by St. Francis this year.
Watch this. I don't even think get hit. He just slipped out of his hand. But again, it's a physically almost impossible. Roll to your left, throw back across the field to the right. Not good.
And Ty Howard is the beneficiary as he takes it back for a pick six. And it's 7-0 Duquesne. This is Crawford who was going to let that ball wisely bounce out of bounds. And that's another kickoff penalty against Duquesne, the second one today.
I know the kid must have tried to recalibrate and realized the last one he kicked terribly out of bounds. I mean, that he looked great when he kicked the field goal. He's just not looking quite as adept when he's St. Francis on that one rolled the coverage over to the 3 receivers.
Been a back shoulder throw intended.
And then continues to hold his ground so that the ball's completed over his outside shoulder, which is exactly the way you want it executed. Very well done by him.
That was Nell Davis, the Rutgers transfer, in coverage. And so St. Francis has life, and quite frankly, Kevin, they've electrified the crowd.
They've electrified me. I'm glad to see this back going. That's what I said. That drive was going to be instrumental to make this game either where St. Francis had no shot or they're back in it, and I think they're back in it.
Mac Plummer's kickoff is fielded by Cam Frazier, and he brings it out to the 20-yard line. Nice tackle by Trey McClear for the Red Flash on special teams. And we get a look at our NEC Scholar athletes. They are presented by Provident Bank, commitment you can count on. For Duquesne, it's Jordan Heisley, a senior for the Dukes. He made the NEC Commissioner's Honor Roll and was a 2023 CSC Academic All-District pick. For St. Francis, it's Nathan Zinni, a senior on the men's volleyball team. A men's volleyball player of the year in the NEC in 2024, and named a COSIDA and College Sports Communication Academic All-America pick back in May. Congrats to both guys. First down from the 20. They'll start it out on the ground, and that's Sean Solomon, who fights his way out for about 5. And interesting here, Kevin, on the last 2 Duquesne possessions, it's been Solomon getting the ball instead of Clements.
I don't know if they're just giving him a breather or they want to give a different look, but it's the same plays, that same slow developing counter when the tight end's in the game. That's what they like to do. And what's happening is St. Francis firing their backers from the outside, but they're kicking them out and cutting up underneath. They picked up 4 yards. Let's see if they do it again.
Here's the tight end, Marr, in motion again. This time they're going to throw it off the play action to the left. Might have been a back shoulder throw intended for Awful, but that could have been intercepted.
I'll tell you what, if Awful thought it was a play, he certainly didn't look like it. He wasn't running a route. He was loafing. He did not expect that ball at all. I'll tell you what, Perens, again, has had his own shortcomings, but he has not been helped out by his receiving corps today either.
Let me ask you another question. Why do they keep throwing at Mekhi Butler?
That's the million-dollar question. I had no answer for that one.
Duquesne is 6 of 12 on 3rd down.
Which
they
is
need
a good
6
average.
to move the chains here. Motion by Awful. Parentes takes the snap and goes back to throw. Goes long down the left side for Isabella. And let's see. He juggled it. Are they going to call it a catch? Did he trap it on the ground? He says no. The officials will give him the reception. And that was Mekhi Butler in coverage.
You know, they juggled it, the whole thing. It was a perfect throw. He held them off.
And they're going to run up to the line and quickly try to snap the ball.
I think he has it.
don't know if the ball bounced off the ground.
Yeah, you can't see it from that angle, but.
And now the officials are going to say St. Francis has called timeout. They want to give the replay official time to look at a 38-yard pass play.
And they got a better look at it than we did because they're right there along the sidelines where the ball was thrown. And we have our replay officials immediately to our right working feverishly to get this one. He's kind of wrestled it and bump and run. Butler's not a
guts, though, on Butler.
The good ones look forward to.
We're waiting for official word from the press box and upstairs.
He's not. He thinks
Duquesne up by 10 points, and they're on the move again. And now Clements is back in the backfield, and he's going to block for the end around. Joey Isabella, the jet sweep, and he's got another Duquesne first down.
They've been trying to give Isabella the ball with the nakeds, with the screens, and now they finally just flat out handed it to him, and that was the best looking play that they've given to him.
First down at the 25.
St. Francis can't let them score. It'll just totally deflate what they just had achieved with that touchdown.
Clements up the middle, picks his way through a hole, and he's inside the 20. Paul Tangelo on the tackle. So it'll bring up second down at about 4.5. as well as the Red Flash defense has done today, they really need to keep Duquesne out of the end zone here.
Absolutely. As I just said, that will totally demoralize their team after just getting all that momentum with that last touchdown pass.
Clements to the left side, penetration by Tangelo, and then the rest of the Red Flash defense swarms on to the Duke's running back, and it's 3rd and short.
Be interesting to see Jerry Schmidt's mindset here if he doesn't get it on 4th down. He's up 10. Field goal would just put him up 13. Will he run it and go for it on 4th down if he needs to? Or will he try to solve the problem, obviously, by just getting it now on 3rd down?
Clements remains in the ballgame. Irby to the left, Apple to the right. Double tight end set, goes strong side left. Out of the pistol, Clements finds a hole and slithers through for the Duquesne 1st down inside the 12.
They actually had an extra offensive lineman in as the tight end, so they had what amounts to 3, what we call big 13 personnel. Big 3 tight ends.
The jumbo.
Yes. Jumbo actually was 2 backs with that. Jumbo is more of a goal line.
First down call for Parentis out of the gun. Here comes the pressure. Play action pass. Left corner all alone.
Oh,
a busted coverage. And Stephen Marr, the tight end, comes down with his first touchdown reception as a Duke. Grad student out of Rochester, New York. Spent 3 years on special teams with Syracuse before transferring to Duquesne. And he strikes pay dirt. It's 23-7. with 7:31 left in the 3rd quarter.
Simon error on that one. Nobody's there. I know they've only thrown 2 passes to him before this game, but somebody's got to be on him. That one really hurt because they had all the excitement you talked about with the crowd, the sidelines, us up here, and now to give it right back to him with that big catch by
Parentis
Isabella.
with his 9th touchdown strike of the season. Rudznowitz with the extra point. And it's 24-7 Duquesne. Jerry Schmidt and company starting to put distance between them and the Red Flash.
With Liberty.
Every night.
On a long.
We really
have a question.
Injections. Bridge underwear. Where? Get
Back hitting Mahar.
Touchdown passes, that has to be the
Corrado. And it's going to come back the other way as Crawford gets out across the 20 to the 25, nearly to the 30. I want to mention that, though, because Andrew Smith had kicked the ball out of bounds twice on kickoffs earlier today, and Jerry Schmidt has gone to Joey Corrado out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, to do this last kickoff.
Makes sense. Kept the ball in play.
No need to give St. Francis any extra yardage right now.
No.
We get a look at Parantes, who has really done a number of terrific things during his time with Duquesne. One of the things that Jerry Schmidt was talking about during the week when we had conversation is that he has really matured and learned so much more about the game than when he came in. First down carry by Holman, up the middle, and then darts to the right, across the 34 to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Red Flash.
Nice piece
Coming
of
up on
running
7
there.
minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Nice piece of running there. They, again, brought the, this is so uncharacteristic of Duquesne, but they're pressuring. They're not fearful of the passing game at all. And so they're trying to fill the lanes as fast as they can, and Holman ran right by those blitzing inside linebackers.
Markel Holman, 8
Here they come
carries
again.
for 12 yards. Quick flare to the near side is incomplete for Thompson. 3rd and 5.
That's what people ask coaches all the time. Well, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? Well, what they just did made all the sense in the world. With that blitzing, you had one-on-one coverage, run a quick out, right? Easy. Problem is, they're not very good at it. So then what's your next step? What do you do? That's where you got to do. What can my players do first and foremost, and then I'll attack the schemes.
Remember Mejia, when he first got here, did a whole lot of stuff as a wide receiver. And this year he is the second string quarterback, so hasn't always been a QB. Here he takes off the scramble, and he is hit short of the first down. Well, that's a mega hit by Donovan Stanley, who came racing down from the defensive secondary. And I think that's going to create fourth and about a foot.
Yep, he could have got it. He just needed, he tried to go for a bigger play than was there. And oh no, they're punting.
Aiden Cerulli comes on to kick. Earlier he had a 79-yard punt, the 5th longest in school history.
Duquesne doesn't believe it. They're playing punt safe. They got their defensive units still out there and all standing up watching for the fake punt.
But Cerulli does boom it. Here's Irby, back at his own 25, and he's drilled. St. Francis getting good special teams coverage out of the long snapper, Lucas Winters, who has been down there quite often today.
Irby tried to make up for the fumble by trying to return one he should have fair caught. That guy was right in his chin strap when he caught that one.
Sometimes those returners can be too brave.
Again, just understand that you got talent, you got it, you're going to have enough chances. Don't force the chances, because that's usually when a horrific mistake takes place.
Sean Solomon in the backfield for Parantes. 5:47 left in the third. Gives it off to his running back. Dives behind the left side and gains about 3. Kendrick Counsell in on the tackle.
Again, the defense for the most part playing well. It looked like there was a hole there, but boy, they shut it down and converged very quickly from the secondary.
St. Francis, which lost its quarterback earlier today, Jeff Hohenstein, has also lost its middle linebacker. If you're joining us late, Fran Brown also left the game today with an injury. So it has been a painful afternoon for St. Francis. Trying to defend a 2nd and 7. Motion by Marr again. Hand off to Solomon. Plunges his way out near the 28, maybe to the 29. You know, Kevin, as you said before, when tight end Stephen Mahar is in motion, usually that means they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, it's also the way that they run their counter play. It's a unique or special kind of run. It's a guard pulls, and then he's the second man leading up in the hole. You're right, only one time have they done that motion and actually sprinted out for Parantes and used him as an extra blocker in the pass game. All the others, it's been run.
3rd down, Parantes pressured, dumps it off to Solomon, nearly slips and stumbles, but he kept his feet enough to get the first down.
Nice little, what they call mesh route, a little shallow cross by the 2 receivers from the opposite side, and the back ran a swing route. They converged and squeezed on the shallow crossing routes, and the back was wide open.
Mekhi Rogers finally brought him down. So the Dukes moved the chains. First down from their own 33. Under 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
And they did it just the way they wanted. Run, and then in 3rd down, complete the pass for the first down.
Motion by Isabella. Parantes gives to Solomon. He's trying to find his way, picks his way for a yard or 2, gets across the 35 to the 36, and thrown backwards by Trey McClear.
Again, where we're seated in the press box, the play's coming right at us, and it looks like there's a window for, and that defense, you know, looks like there's an opportunity for a big gain, and all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 bodies show up. They are really pursuing well. They have not given up. They have not, you know, succumbed to the fact that they're down by 3 scores.
2nd and long. There's Mahar in motion again. Now he sets up in the backfield. They'll run it the other way with Solomon, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more there. Gino Colgauro in on the tackle. One thing that Chris Valario stressed during our phone call this week is that his kids, while inexperienced and they may not always make the right play, he could not say enough about their effort.
And it's in evidence today. I mean, I wasn't part of that conversation, but I'll tell you what, it's playing out that way exactly. They have not given up at all. And again, on the offense side, they've tried to deflate the ball a little bit, run those first 2 downs, and then get the pass for the 3rd down for a completion. There they go deep again.
Ferrante's down the left sideline, incomplete as he overshoots Awful. Mekhi Rogers in coverage. So Duquesne now 9 of 16 on 3rd down opportunities.
Got away with a little bit of a shove. I can understand that that he was a little bit upset on that. Teddy Affla.
Kyle Roman again to punt. Back deep, Aaron Totino. Gets it off. Totino calls for the fair catch inside his 25. And the Red Flash will have a first down with 2:09 to play in the 3rd quarter, looking up at a 17-point deficit.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Paul Totino with the NEC Notebook delivered to you. Tied at defensive back Justin Riley. He riddled Stonehill for a season-high 12 from 32, 38, and 42 yards with 3 touchbacks on 6 kickoffs. The rookie award goes to Jeff Hohenrow.com.
We honor him. Team to
If they can somehow find easier said than done.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to follow up with. I hope they do. We want to see a good game.
Mejia back to
Got a
throw.
crosser.
A lot of time. Now he tucks it away, and does he get back to the line of scrimmage?
Barely.
I think they're going to register this as a sack. Clemente Ojinaka with his 2nd sack of the day.
They gave him enough time now. If there was a purpose of that or a reason for that sack, that was his holding on to the ball too long. That was well protected. You can't put the onus on the offensive line with that one.
McElroy is in the backfield.
Here they come. They're coming.
On 2nd and 10, he takes the carry and fights his way forward for a few. Luke Miller in on the tackle, and he points his finger up in the air. He's like, I got it, I got it. He's going to get a breather here. You know, I know we're talking about a hamstrung offense for St. Francis, but let's also give credit to Duquesne's defense. They've been terrific.
Yeah, no, I've mentioned that 3 or 4 times today. I mean, they're playing great football. And the thing that's a little bit different is they've stepped out of character. They're pressuring a lot more often. Here they come again, the 2 inside linebackers.
And Mejia is sacked. He held on to the football, but he was drilled by Katavian Franks, who had come in for Miller on the previous stoppage. For Franks, that is his 1st sack of the year and the 5th sack of his career, a transfer by way of Georgia Tech. And now St. Francis 0 for 10 on 3rd down conversions today, and that's something you just cannot do.
They went to a double mug where they had put the 2 linebackers right in the A gap, and both of them came. He had time. He thinks he's going to outrun the blitz. You're not outrunning it. You got to throw it before it gets there.
That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout. Our score, Duquesne 24, St. Francis 7. Back with more NEC football after this break. You're watching ESPN Plus.
Amazon early holiday deals are here. Woo! Woo! With everything you need to kick off the season. Woo! Shop Amazon early holiday deals now.
On a reflective Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Dad, do you ever feel like college football is being changed by all this corporate money flooding into the sport?
I'm sorry I missed that. I was just grabbing a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
I just feel like the brands are taking over.
Dr. Pepper's strawberries and cream for my 2 thirsty boys.
You see what I mean?
You're overreacting, pal.
Aflac! That's the Aflac duck.
It's a normal duck.
He's waving a branded flag.
It's a pennant.
My whole life is a commercial!
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
All right, Tina, 6 is hard to beat.
Not for us.
Okay, not soccer, but
Football.
yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
No, we don't pass, Tina. Come on, baby.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
Salami.
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Hey guys, how we doing? You ready? Hey, Adams Elementary. Go Rams. I think he needs one.
Magical. Hi, this is Jamor in the sweetness of the honey award-winning.
They are Cerulli to punt. Gets it off. Line drive. Going to be fielded by Irby at his own 45. Eludes one man to the 50, the 45, down to the 40, and finally run out of bounds. So it's been a rough day for the Red Flash, Kevin.
Yeah, they're just starting off early with not being able to put it in the end zone. Then they fumble the ball. Then they miss the field goal. And then the play that's going to be labeled as as an interception, but I swear it was just like he handed it to him. Then they mishandled the punt. I mean, this was going to be a struggle regardless, and you couldn't have handed them any easier plays than some of the ones they did. So they put themselves in the hole, and it remains to be seen if they're good enough to get themselves out.
Parentis out of the shotgun on first down from the St. Francis 40.
Little jet sweep.
Afful tries to turn the corner and finds a little bit of room as he tiptoes down to the 35 for a pickup of 5. And a late penalty marker comes out again. You know, there are certain words you can't use to the official.
Oh, my goodness. These officials are calling way too many penalties. Come on, guys. They make it difficult for the game to stay in any kind of flow. No wonder these offenses are struggling. And again, you got to give it to it's the players' faults, it's the players' infractions, but there's certain judgments that are made usually by quality officials.
They'll mark this one off. Oh, no, it's going to go the other way against Duquesne, Kevin.
Yeah. No, that's what I said. Yeah, it's unsportsmanlike conduct.
You would have figured it might have gone against the team that's more frustrated today, but it goes the other way.
Good point.
Back to midfield.
Sometimes guys start strutting their stuff when they're up a little bit and start saying some things and doing some things they shouldn't, feel like the game's out of control.
11 penalties for 110 yards against Duquesne.
Here comes that tight end motion. And there's that counter action, faking it, and they ran the naked off it.
Gets it to the tight end, and Mahar is upended immediately by Mercury Swaim, a preseason All-NEC linebacker.
I think some of this frustration of the Duquesne is coming from the fact that St. Francis is losing, and they're woofing and going after him, and they're like saying, hey, look at the scoreboard, fellas.
We got another Red Flash player down on the ground. We will take a timeout.
Who thinks with an education.
Back in field on his feet.
Title.
Gifts and talents.
It appears to be okay as he limbers up. He's been extremely happy with his team's effort, but not getting the execution that he was seeking. Third and 22 for Duquesne from its own 48.
This is those examples where they're loading up to the 3 receivers. You see why the quarterback's coming down here. It's 1-and-1, bump and run, so it's so inviting. The problem is they're just not winning.
Parantes, a lot of time in the pocket, and
go.
he slings it to Isabella, and he's still going to be short of the first down. That is a reception. Then he dropped the ball after he hit the ground. It's going to set up what looks to be about a 4th and 4.
I think they'll go for this one. That was the quarterback that we expect to see. You know, he fired that one in there with a confidence and had some velocity, some RPMs on it. Looked like what we've been expecting to see.
Takes the shotgun snap. Looks, fires the floater. Isabella's got the first down, and then he is rocked out of bounds at about the 28.
Where's this quarterback been? All of a sudden, these last 2 throws, he looks terrific. This is the guy that we know we watched last week with the 5 touchdown passes.
Duke's now 9 of 10 on 4th down attempts this season.
Tight end's back in. Paul, what do you think you're going to do? Let me hear it. Go ahead. You're the defense coordinator. What are they going to do?
Well, Jamario Clements is in the ball game again. He's already run for 80 yards today. Backup Sean Solomon got a lot of the work in the 3rd quarter. Clements is going to get to keep it here. Tries to turn the right corner, and he just falls forward for 3, maybe 4.
Generally speaking, they're defending that play very well. Certainly much better than LIU did last week against it. There's a lot of bodies there, and defensively they seem to find just one more defender than they have blocker each and every time.
Notice Duquesne taking a lot of time now, calling their plays, being very deliberate. Large lead here in the 4th quarter. Parentes with a delayed count. He gives it to Clements again, and this time he lowers his shoulder and fights for maybe 2 very hard yards. That's going to bring up 4th down again.
Be interesting to see.
And they're keeping their offense on the field.
Yeah. It's 3rd down anyway, right? I think it's 3rd down, Paul.
It is 3rd.
Yeah. But I'm already thinking ahead, what will they do on 4th? I'm thinking
So was I.
Yeah, I'm thinking they will.
Brilliant minds do think alike, you know.
I wish we could find one.
Parentes out of the gun on 3rd and 4 with 11 minutes to play. Back to throw, loops it down the left side for Isabella. Touchdown! For Isabella, his 4th touchdown grab of the season. For Parentes, his 2nd touchdown throw of the day. And it's 30-7 Duquesne with 10:52 left in this one.
They just run a out and they thrown it. They faked the out and run the up, and the DB jumped all over it. In fact, he was so open, it reminded me of Eli throwing the ball to Plexico in the Super Bowl. When they're that open, it's like taking a layup with no one around. You don't want to miss.
Hobbs had no chance, did he, Kevin?
No. That play was dialed in from the last regular game in the season, the regular season.
Brusdowitz for the extra point.
Got another penalty flag, of course.
Kick is good. So let's check out this infraction. It has been a very disjointed ball game.
There's a lot of talking going on. As we mentioned right from the outset, these guys know each other from high school. They're all recruited, and a lot of them are recruited from the western PA area. And there's an intensity to this rivalry that is getting brought out because of the score difference. There's frustration on the St. Francis side, and they're mouthing like crazy to Duquesne.
15 penalties between the two teams.
Oh. And Duquesne's got most of them, which is very uncharacteristic of a Jerry Smith team.
Jonathan Grand sorted things out with his compadres. And now they'll have to indicate to both of the coaches on the sidelines exactly what it is that they saw and what they decided. Remember, St. Francis has already had a guy thrown out, offensive lineman Joe Hennick.
Yep.
He got a double unsportsmanlike, and they tossed him.
Number 64.
So after this one, Duquesne is going to be heading up to Massachusetts to take on Stonehill at 1 o'clock next Saturday. The Red Flash will head to Staten Island to take on the Wagner Seahawks. That's a 12 o'clock kickoff as these teams continue to parade through the NEC schedule.
Wagner looked very good last week against Stonehill. I think that's going to be a very competitive game between them and St. Francis.
The kick is good. Offsides against the Red Flash declined. Could we have an automatic declining of all penalties the rest of the game? Been a rough go for the officials today. They have been so busy. Elsewhere, Central Connecticut knocks off Mercyhurst 38-20. Columbia with an independent win against the Wagner Seahawks on the road 24-6. LIU beats Stonehill 31-7. And coming up in just a few minutes, they'll kick it off between Robert Morris and Delaware State. That's a check around the NEC scoreboard. So Duquesne's going to try to put the finishing touches on this one with a 31-7 lead and less than 11 minutes to play. How long are we going to see Darius Parantes? He's already thrown 2 touchdown passes.
I'd say one more series.
Kickoff goes out of the end zone for a touchback.
One more series, and then here's where your frustration is as an offensive play caller. You know you're down. What you have to do is get some big plays. The problem is you're really struggling trying to hold the ball long enough to let any of those big plays develop. So I think they got to stay with a short, quick passing game, and they got to convince the quarterback that when they pressure, you're not going to outrun it. I know you're more comfortable running than you are passing, but you have to get rid of the ball. There are no running lanes.
Adrian Mejia at quarterback. Markel Holman in the backfield.
Here they come.
The blitz perfectly timed, but the handoff is also timed well. And Holman scampers out near the first down.
We almost needed another quarterback after that hit. Again, I know they're blitzing, but you know who your assignments are. You got to know. There's no way the guy should be coming through free and hitting the quarterback as he's handing the ball off.
That 10-yard play, the longest rush by the Red Flash this afternoon. Back to throw, nearly intercepted. Gianni Rizzo, the linebacker, had an opportunity to snare the screen intended for Holman.
It's good thinking. I mean, you're getting overrun. You're getting overpowered up front. Let's call a screen, right? Let's slow down the pass rush. And they struggle executing that. So that's where it's tough. I mean, you know what you want to do. You know what you'd like to do. It's what are you capable of doing where the challenge lies.
Mejia surveys the defense on 2nd and 10. Holman on his right hip. 4-man rush, a lot of time. Dumps it off to Holman in the right flat. Does a good job to avoid the first tackle, but that's all she wrote as the Duquesne Dukes came swarming in.
His effort actually cost them a couple of yards. It's going to make it 3rd and about 11 or 12. Nope, I'm sorry. They went to his initial forward momentum, kept it at 9.
At this point, Coach Valerio undoubtedly will just try to find something positive to do here in the 4th quarter while his young players gain some experience. Something they can try to use later on in the season. Here comes the blitz again. Penalty marker on the play, and Mejia just wings it to the left side where Ivory pulls it in and is able to gain about 5.
That was a free safety blitz. That's the first one they don't need it. I'm surprised they showed that one. They brought the free safety, and again, nobody had him, but he was offsides. I think it's going to make it 3rd and about 5. 3rd and 4, right? It was 3rd and 9, so make it 3rd and 4 with the offsides by Duquesne. What's that, their 12th penalty today?
Illegal procedure against the red flash, Kevin. It's going to go the other way. Declined. And it's 4th down.
Wow. They overreacted to that free safety blitz.
You know, I guess there are 2 ways a coach like Jerry Schmidt could go here. He could get his guys out of the game and try to cruise the rest of the way, or they could show some crazy things to put on film so that future opponents get a look at some oddball stuff.
You can. That's certainly one approach, but most of them, if it's something that they really like, they're not showing it.
Cerulli in the punt, and boy, what a great day he has had for St. Francis. Irby's going to go way back and calls for the fair catch at his own 10.
That young man punts like an NFL punter.
50-yard punt with terrific hang time. We'll be back with the final 8:52. Duquesne's in control.
Goes fair. Literally doesn't get any. Holy shit.
College football.
It's cloud.
Speed. The
Fans, be sure to check out the NEC's official web store at shopnortheastconference.com. The web store features a wide variety of NEC apparel as well as gear. Loretto, Pennsylvania, where the Duquesne Dukes remain in complete control. Darius Parentes throwing a couple of touchdown passes today. Here he starts the drive with a handoff, and there is just no room up the middle for Clements.
I don't know if that was a zone read or not, because it was a straight zone run, straight zone blocking, but the extra defender was coming off the corner. If it was one of those zone reads, then the quarterback, Parents, should have pulled it. They had one more defender than they could account for.
Second down and about 10.
4 wides are in the game. It's either draw or quick throw.
They're going to go up the middle again, and Clements is able to kind of wiggle his way forward for a yard. I don't know that I'd want to be pounding him between the tackles right now.
No, I thought they'd run a draw. I really did, but they didn't. That was just a straight inside handoff. No
Clements
finesse
is taking
to it.
unnecessary hits
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah.
Because there is one thing for sure, this St. Francis defense is continuing to play hard, and they're going to pop you if they get a chance.
Right.
Parentes out of the gun on 3rd and 9, and Duquesne calls for time. That's their first time out of the second half.
I believe he was just letting the clock run down to the very end. I would have preferred that he snapped it with 2 or 3 seconds rather than actually call the timeout.
That will be our regular season finale here. Parentes will line up out of the shotgun.
Wonder if they'll run a draw here.
Third and long. Here comes the blitz. Parentes back to throw. It's the screen to the left. Looting one man, but not getting anything after that was Clements. And on 4th down, the Dukes are going to have to punt.
That's smart, though. You know, it's a safe throw. It's a throw that in high percentage of being completed, keep the clock moving, and yet, you know, the likelihood of trying to get a first down from 3rd and 9 was not real good. So there's a chance with the screen. They didn't quite convert it, but I like the thinking behind their decision making.
Romanek to punt with under 7 minutes to play. Coutinho back near midfield. Nice high booming kick. Coutinho's going to have to go all the way back inside his own 30 to retreat for the ball. Cuts left, and there's not going to be much room there. So after this one, St. Francis will lick their wounds, and this is what they've got upcoming for the remainder of the season. Again, we do not know the status of Jeff Hohenstein, their starting quarterback. He suffered a concussion a couple of weeks back against Central Connecticut State, did make it back into the lineup, but then was knocked out of this game on the Red Flash's first possession. We've seen him on the bench, and he appears to be doing all right. But he has yet to take a snap since that penalty flag was thrown for roughing the quarterback.
I think they're being very cautious, which I think is the prudent thing to do. So
back to pass Mejia, flicks it out to the far side for Ivory, and he's got a red flash first down. Nick Whitfield, who is the starting quarterback, or was coming into the season, broke his ribs in the first game against Dayton. We're told there's a chance he could be back in another couple of weeks, but in the meantime, you would think that Mejia is going to be at the controls.
I think they're going to be really careful with Holstein.
Mejia over the middle. That's a nice throw for Gavin Thompson across midfield. First down for St. Francis.
You know, not meaning to play off the word, but you do see flashes. you do see flashes. The last two plays were pretty good. I mean, it was a little high. It wasn't quite as precise, but it was gotten out of his hand. Maybe if they get that alone accomplished, throw the ball on time. Oh, geez. That's
low snap. Mejia retreats and falls on it. Back at the St. Francis 39. Loss of 15.
They can't stand prosperity. That's a shame. They were doing a nice job. Two great plays, 2 first downs right in a row, looking like a semblance of a well-oiled machine, and then we get an errant snap.
They'll put the ball down at the Flash 40. So it's 2nd and 24.
Don't try to get it back all in one play.
Mejia pump fakes. Now he's going to tuck it away, hoping to get a block, and then he's run out of bounds at the 47.
That was smart. I mean, it's good. You know how you just have a sense of people? I get a sense that he would rather run than throw. And that's, you know, if you're going to be a quarterback, you've got to be willing to throw and run when necessary, or run as a complement to your schemes schematically. But he looks like he sees any pressure at all. He wants to pull it down and go.
McElroy, the running back. Duquesne looked like they were going to come and send some more pressure again, but now they back out. Mejia deep into the pocket, tries to elude the tackler, but Carlos Ramirez has the sack. I believe unofficially that is the 4th sack of the day for the Duquesne Dukes. And so on 4th down, the Red Flash will have to punt it away once again.
There's a difference between moving and sliding in the pocket and looking to run. And he could have slid in the pocket and tried to make a throw. You are got to view yourself as a point guard, and you got to be distributing the ball to your playmakers, not making all the plays yourself.
You're looking for a positive for St. Francis. It's punter Aiden Cerulli, who has been dynamite.
Wow.
And look at the way he booms this one. Unfortunately, it goes through the end zone for a touchback. We'll take a break with 3:10 to go. And Duquesne on top, 31-7. You're watching Northeast Conference football.
Style turkey.
We 100% satisfaction.
For savings and service.
We come back to Loretto, and it's time for our WB Mason delivery of the game, and it's the Duquesne offense that gets it done.
That's the out and up throw to Isabella. They had just thrown a couple of quick outs, gotten first downs on him, and got the St. Francis secondary to jump, overplay it, expecting a 3rd consecutive quick out, and of course they threw the out and up for a big play.
Joey Isabella with the touchdown catch, his 4th of the season, and good concentration as the DB quickly got back and tried to prevent the catch, but Isabella held on. WB Mason Office Furniture and Supplies. You can't go wrong when you buy right at WB Mason. Duquesne football coming up on 2:45 to go. Second down and about 7. And it is Jordan Heisey who has come into the game at quarterback. Low snap, picks it up, and then the smart thing is that he handed it to his running back. No sense in taking an extra hit if you're the backup QB. Instead, Solomon takes the blow.
I'm not sure that he was chickening out. I think that was a design play to go. Unfortunately, it was a low snap. He did a nice job of fielding it. And then, as you said, did a very good job of getting it out of his hands.
There's the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick timeout and see how the Dukes want to cap this one off. You're watching NEC Football.
They help give you more.
Me impulsan aún.
Pueda detenerte.
One thing that I love, honey, that's award-winning.
Looking to close out this in Northeast Conference play. Backup quarterback Jordan Heisey at the controls to cap this one. He operates out of the shotgun on so now it's 4th downs. Not one of his.
Isabella, I knew you weren't who he represents. I can really get after him and
gets it off. Nice hang time. Fair catch called. Inside the 35 by Totino, and the red flash will have 1:45 to go. Down 31-7, and this is what the Dukes are now looking at.
Yep. I mean, Stonehill is battling. They're right now, to me, look a little undermanned. I think if Duquesne plays at its best, they should win the next 2. Robert
3 home
Morris,
games in a row.
Yeah, Robert Morris will be a battle physically for him. Wagner's up in. Not only you look at that schedule, you look at offensively, they've been make it muddy and get after him.
Here comes another blitz. A minute to play. Oh, there.
Perfect
side.
throw.
Oh, that's a nice. That comes back the other way for a score today. This time it's Malloy back the.
Is as young as they are.
Blitz again. Mejia back to throw near
Perfect
side.
throw.
Oh, that's a nice stab by Jay Ivory. Loses the football. It is picked up and going back the other way for the Dukes. It is a touchdown. Second turnover that comes back the other way for a score today. This time it's Malaki Lowry. Backup defensive back.
They do something good. A perfect throw. The receiver goes up. Ivy grabs it, and then he gets it knocked out of his hand, stripped, and it goes brought the other way for a touchdown. So when they do something
Lowry.
good, it turns out bad.
37-7 in favor of Duquesne with 10 seconds to go. That is the second turnover that immediately became 7 points, or, well, pending the PAT.
2.5. He's not going to be happy. And I can really count all the little.
St. Francis 0-2 in the.
I mean, he's been able to. And in the outcome, the final.
NEC football
team being.
Execute the red flash.
No.
Like call.
The quarterback to
Mejia out of the running play that ends the ball game for the St. Francis Red Flash. And at least another snap and a touch of the ball by Braden Porter, a redshirt sophomore running back. who gets to put his name on the participation chart. Well, there's the final gun as Duquesne knocks off St. Francis by the final count of 38-7. Again, not the prettiest win for the Dukes, but convincing nonetheless. And ultimately, that's all you want to do if you're Coach Jerry Schmidt, is put another W on the board.
Again, not meaning to sound like a broken record, but having coached for over 40 years, when you win and your team hasn't played well, it's the ideal opportunity to get after them and remind them of the things that sometimes they begin to take for granted, and get them so that they continue to climb and play better at the end.
We'll check in with our player of the game momentarily, and it will be Jamario Clements. 21 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown, and we understand that Jamario is already downstairs on the headset. Paul Dottino and Kevin Gilbride up here with you. Congratulations on the victory, and you know, maybe it wasn't the prettiest one of the season, but I'm sure you guys will be very happy to take it.
Oh, yeah, definitely happy to take this one, man. It felt really good to come out here and play against this great team, St. Francis, and get this win over them. Hard-fought game on the ground today, and we can't
run the table
next, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing that has them athletic all season.
Yeah, but just grinding it out.
Prevail over St. Francis 38-7. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.